Hello, today I will be doing a blue and nude acrylic ombre with French tips. I am going to start off by filing my natural nails. Before I continue filing my natural nails, I am going to use some paper tissue to lay on the desk. I took out a nail set recently, so I am filing my natural nail. So when I put on my nail tips, it will be able to stick to the natural nail bed. Before I continue doing my nails, I'm going to dust my nail desk and also clean on top it. Now I am getting ready to put on my nail tips, and the nail glue that I will be using is from Secret. Now I'm just going to add some nail glue to the nail tip so I can place it on my natural nail bed. I am going to hold it down for a few seconds, and once that nail tip is dry, I'm going to move to the next. This is how the first nail tip looks. It looks pretty good, so I'm going to move to the next, and I'm adding some nail glue to the nail tip, and I'm going to place it on my natural nail bed. And I'm going to let it dry for a few seconds, and once that is done, I'm going to move to the rest. When applying nail tips, all you have to do is repeat that step by adding nail glue on the nail tip, then placing it on your natural nail bed, letting it dry for a few seconds, and just moving to the rest. Now I am getting ready to file my nail tips, and I'm using my 100 to 180 nail grip file. When it comes to filing, what I like to do first is blending the nail tip with my natural nail bed. Then I'm going to move to the bottom of the nail tip by making sure it's even. And then I like to move to the right side and the left side of that nail tip. I am doing some short nails today, so I'm going to use my tip cutter to help trim down the nails. And once I'm done trimming down the nails, I'm going to continue that nail tip by filing the tip of the nail and also filing the right side and the left side so that the nail tip can look even. So once I'm done trimming down all of my nail tips, I am going to start by filing them all. This is how the nail tips are looking once they're done filing, and I already dusted the nail tips, so now I can get ready to start applying my acrylic powders. Now I am getting ready to pull out the nail supplies that I'll be using. This is the liquid monomer that I'll be using, and it's from Secret. This is the blue acrylic powder that I'll be using as well. This is the nude acrylic powders that I'll be using. I'm not too sure if I'll be using both or if I'm just going to stick to one. Now I'm getting ready to pour my monomer into my dapping dish. Before applying my acrylic powders, I am going to go in with my primer, and I am going to place it on my natural nail bed. Before applying my acrylic powders on the nail tip, I like to place them down to make sure these are the colors that I would want to use. So once I'm done taking my acrylic brush out of the cover, I like to go ahead and dip it into my liquid monomer before I go ahead and start using it. I am going to work while I eat. Now I am getting ready to apply my first acrylic bead, and I'm going to start off with the blue. Since I am doing a nude and blue acrylic ombre nails, I am going to place my first acrylic bead where my natural nail and my nail tip meets, and I'm gently going to brush it down. Now for my second bead of acrylic, I'm going to place it in the corner where acrylic is missing, and I'm going to gently brush it down. Now for my third bead of acrylic, I'm going to start by covering the entire nail tip with acrylic powder, and once that is done, I'm going to move to my second acrylic powder. Now to finish up this nail tip, I'm going to place some acrylic powder at the tip of the nail, and I'm going to gently brush it upwards. Now for my second bead of acrylic, I'm going to place it where my natural nail tip and the nail tip meets, and I'm going to just gently brush it down. And this is going to help create the effect of my ombre that I want. Now for my second bead of acrylic, I'm going to place it a bit higher up where I first added my first acrylic bead, and I'm going to gently brush it down. Once I'm done doing this nail tip, I'm going to move to the next, and I'm going to fully cover this entire nail with nude acrylic powder. And I added my first bead where my natural nail and my nail tip meets, and I gently brush it down. Now for my second bead of acrylic, I'm going to place it a bit higher up where I added my first acrylic bead. Now for my third acrylic bead, I'm going to place it a bit higher up, and I'm gently going to brush it down, and I'm just going to continue that step by applying acrylic to this entire nail tip, and I'm gently going to brush it down. Now for this nail tip, I'm going to do the same by adding nude acrylic powder to this entire nail. I believe to the rest of the nail tips, I'm just going to add nude acrylic powder. I am going to place this bead a bit higher up close to my cuticle area, then I'm gently going to brush it down. Now to finish up this last nail tip, I'm going to continue adding acrylic powder to the entire nail tip. I already added my first bead where my natural nail and my nail tip meets. Now for the second, I am going to place it a bit higher up where I first added that acrylic bead. Now I'm getting ready to file a nail tips, and I'm using my 100 to 180 nail grip file. So what I like to do when it comes to filing the acrylic nail tip, I like to start off by filing the top of the nail, then I'm going to move to the right side and the left side, so that if there is any acrylic stuck around my cuticle area, I can go ahead and move it. So once I'm done using my hand file to file the nail tips, I'm going to go in with my nail drill to give it the final touch. And this nail drill is going to help clean around my cuticles to remove any remaining acrylic powders that's there, and also give the nails the final touch. Now I am using my nail buffer to help smooth out the nails. Now I can get ready to start designing the nails, and this is the blue gel polish that I'll be using. I am going to cover the pinky with blue gel polish. These are how the nail tips are looking with the blue gel polish. Now I'm getting ready to add my nail glue to the nail tips, and I'll be using Savlon nail glue. This nail glue is going to help me stick my crystals, and this is the blue crystals that I'll be placing on the nail tips. Since I already added the nail glue, just placing the crystals on the nail tips makes it a bit easier for me. So once I'm done adding the crystals, I'm going to place my finger under my LED lamp to dry. Now I'm going to move to the pinky by adding some nail glue so I can go ahead and add my crystals. So once I'm done doing the pinky, I'm going to place it under the LED lamp to dry, and these are how the nails are looking with the crystals. Now for my French tip, I am going to place some butterflies on that nail tip. I am thinking of placing 3 butterflies on that nail tip to create that beautiful design that I want. Once I'm done adding my butterflies to that nail tip, I'm not yet done with that nail tip, so I'm going to go in with some diamonds to place around my cuticle area. Once I'm done adding my crystals and the diamonds, I'm going to place it under my LED lamp to dry, and to almost finish up this design, I'm going to add some top coat. Now to finish up the nails, I am going to go in with my cuticle oil, and here I'm just placing some cuticle oil around my cuticle area. Now I'm getting ready to rub my cuticle oil around my cuticle area. And these are how the nails turned out. I really like to see the crystals on the plain nails. I also like to see the ombre acrylic nail design. I just really like to see how the nails turned out. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and a comment, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!